Good afternoon and welcome to Willspool Stadium for this Stones Better Championship game between Warrington and St Helens. The teams this afternoon: Warrington at 1, Brian Johnson; 2, Des Drummond; 3, Paul Cullen; 4, Barry Peters; 5, Joe Rapati; 6, John Woods; 7, Keith Holden; 8, Kevin Tamati; 9, Mark Roskell; 10, Tony Humphreys; 11, Bob Jackson; 12, Mark Roberts; 13, Billy McGinty. Substitutes for Warrington: 14, Gary Sanderson; 15, Mike Gregory. St Helens at 1, Phil Vivers; 2, David Large; at 3, Paul Lachlan; 4, Dave Tanner; 5, Barry Ledger; 6, Chris Artwright; 7, Mark Bailey; 8, Tony Burke; 9, Dave Harrison; 10, Stuart Evans; 11, Roy Haggerty; 12, Paul Forber; and 13, Andy Platt. Substitutes for St Helens: 14, Dennis Littleland; 15, Phil Jones. The referee this afternoon is John Kendrew from Castleford. His touch judges are Mr Fairhurst and Mr Lloyd. So Warrington unbeaten so far this season, hoping to make it another victory this afternoon against St Helens. We've not had the best start to the season, losing against Castleford and Lee, recording a victory against Hull Kingston Rovers in their first home league game of the season a fortnight ago. Captains this afternoon: Kevin Tamati of Warrington and Chris Artwright of St Helens, assisted by today's match mascot, meeting today's match referee, John Kendrew. Warrington playing in their away strip this afternoon. One can only think that St Helens have forgot to bring their away kit. And already the referee giving both captains stern talking to what he wants from the game. Teams met 5 times last season, 2 wins apiece and 1 draw. And this could be a very important game this early on in the season to the final outcome of the Stones Better Championship. Kevin Tamati has won the toss and the teams will change rounds, so Warrington will be playing from right to left in this first half as we look in the blue shirts with the yellow and white V. St Helens in the white with the red V. And it'll be St Helens who'll get the game underway with Paul Lachlan. Beautiful sunny afternoon for what we hope will be a highly exciting match. Referee checking his watch, and this Stones Bitter Championship game between Warrington and St Helens is underway. It's a deep kick, well taken straight away by Bob Jackson. He drives forward, clears it, 25, still going. Good strong run from Bob Jackson, makes 15-20 yards. This time it's on to Mark Roberts. Roberts driving through, he's caught by Andy Platt in midfield, but 2 good drives straight away from Warrington. Mark Roskell this side, sends it outright with John Woods, on to Tony Humphreys. Humphreys caught by Harrison. Roskell this side, right with Kevin Tamati. St Helens offside, about 3 or 4 players over on that far side, and Stuart Evans and Kevin Tamati having a little bit of a disagreement in the first minute of the match. Roy Haggerty, as usual, gets his 2 penneth in. Mark Roskell then hands the ball to Keith Holden, who'll take the second part of the penalty. Set move, Holden to Roskell, Roskell out to John Woods, run around with Holden, Holden brings in McGinty, driving forward, knocks off Platt, still drives forward. Good strong run there from McGinty. So Andy Platt, 2 goals. Woods this time to Keith Holden, gives a dummy, caught by Roy Haggerty and Mark Bailey. Roskell once more on the blind side to Kevin Tamati. Tamati drives forward into Tony Burke. The ball goes loose, it's picked up by Roskell, swings it out to Keith Holden, onto Tony Humphreys. Humphreys driving down the centre. Roskell once more, swings it out to John Woods. Long pass on to Barry Peters. Peters looks to get away from his man but can't. Paul Cullen acting half back this time. On the blind side it goes to Mark Roberts. Roberts makes 5 or 6 yards before he's stopped. 6th tackle then for Warrington, 10 yards inside the Saints half. It's on to Keith Holden. Holden, a high kick across field. Testing one, but it's well taken by David Large, but a good cover tackle by Joe Rapati to put him into touch. Good cover tackle there from Joe Rapati as David Large throws the ball away in disgust. Good cover tackle though from Joe Rapati. That results in the first scrum of the match, right on the halfway line. Warrington head and ball as the ball goes in, a loose arm in the St Helens pack. Gives Warrington the penalty. And it's John Woods, second in the goalkeeping charts this season with 18, and he puts that safely into touch, set Warrington up on the first real attack of the game. It's Bob Jackson who's driving forward. Jackson takes it, crashes out of one tackle. Jackson still going, he's still going, throws the ball back to Roskell. Just goes behind, it's picked up by Stuart Evans. On to Forber. Forber quickly tackled by Kevin Tamati. Stuart Evans swings it out right to Arkwright, goes behind him, picked up by Haggerty. John Woods is there with Kevin Tamati to bring him down 5 yards short of his own line. Saints under pressure then. It's sent out to Tony Burke. Burke gets out of one tackle. Burke still going, finally McGinty there in the tackle with Peters. Referee finally calls held. Harrison this time, swings it out to Arkwright. Arkwright trying to go through himself, gets a good ball away to Tanner. Tanner still going. Warrington having well wrapped up in the shape of John Woods and Mark Roskell. Harrison this time goes himself, swings it out left to Andy Platt. Platt crashing forward, makes it to his own 25 before he's stopped by Mark Roberts and Paul Cullen. 6th tackle then. Going across the line to Phil Vevers. Vevers kicks downfield, straight into the hands of Brian Johnson. Johnson takes it well. Johnson now moving forward. He's faced by one man, faced by Bailey, beats him on the outside, finally brought down by Phil Vevers. This time it's Rapati. Action pack starts here at Willisville. Barry Peters jinks one way, caught by 3 Saints players midway inside of the St Helens half of the field. This time it's Roskell, short to Kevin Tamati. The ball's loose, picked up by Paul Loughlin. Loughlin now sprinting across field, throws a pass out to Forber. Chances here now for Saints. Forber still going, gets the ball away, but Mark Roberts is there with Bob Jackson. Forber this time, short it goes to Andy Platt. Platt drives forward, 3 Warrington forwards there. Harrison once more, on this near side it goes to Chris Arkwright, swings it to Haggerty, short one to Bailey. Nice tackle by Keith Holden, assisted by Mark Roskell, plays it quickly to Harrison, swings it back to Chris Arkwright. Arkwright trying to go through himself, gets a good ball away to Loughlin. Good tackle by Barry Peters and Bob Jackson. Harrison this time sends it out left with Bailey. Bailey swings it out to Roy Haggerty. Haggerty trying to go through the centre, throws a good ball back to Bailey. Now on to Stuart Evans. Evans now drives forward, looking for support, still going. Good tackle from Keith Holden. 6th tackle then for St Helens, 10 yards outside the 25. It goes on to Andy Platt. Platt kicks for the corner, a testing one. But it's too far, ball back, and that's Warrington in possession, just outside their own 25. Referee wanting Mark Roskell back a little, plays it to Tamati. Tamati misses out Humphreys, swings it out to John Woods. Woods now straightens up. Caught in midfield by Dave Harrison and Andy Platt. Roskell this time, out to Keith Holden, swings it on to McGinty. McGinty straightens up. Caught by Chris Arkwright and Roy Haggerty. Roskell once more on the blind side to Bob Jackson. Breaks one tackle. Finally caught by Paul Loughlin. Roskell now swings it out to Keith Holden, on to John Woods. Woods now to Mark Roberts on full burst. Had Johnson on his right and the referee saw something in the tackle. Round the face of Mark Roberts was the tackle from Andy Platt, and Warrington have the penalty. John Woods then to go for touch over on that far side. Right footed, makes no mistake. Good kick there from John Woods. Mark Roskell then. Once again it's Bob Jackson driving forward, crashes in, knocks off 2. Good strong run again from Jackson, making 5-10 yards every time he gets the ball. But this time unfortunately can't hold it. knocks on for a scrum down. So 6 minutes gone of the match. It's Warrington 0, St Helens 0. But a bright start from both sides. Ball goes in from Bailey. Saints will be in possession. Bailey swings it out to Chris Arkwright. Arkwright now looking to go through himself. Gets the ball away. Look forward now to Tanner. Tanner now sprinting forward. Good tackle from Barry Peters. Vivas this time. Short to Bailey. Bailey caught by Johnson and upended, assisted by Barry Peters. Vivas this time. Out left with Chris Arkwright. Arkwright now to Tanner. Tanner trying to go through himself, not hands off one man, still Dave Tanner. Good tackle from Des Drummond on Dave Tanner there, crunching tackle. Swing out this time to Roy Haggerty. Haggerty's trying to go through the centre, beats one man, still going, throws the ball back. The ball is juggled about, Saints still have it, but offside there. Against Harrison, gives Warrington the penalty. Dave Tanner receiving treatment over on that far side after that crunching tackle from Des Drummond. And Dave Tanner there looks a little bit winded over on that far side. Des Drummond met him head on with a head tackle, and Dave Tanner certainly felt it. John Woods then, right-footed. Once again, makes no mistake. Mark Roscoe, once again it'll be Bob Jackson, once again driving forward. Once again making a good 10 yards before he's brought down. Roscoe this time, it's on to Tony Humphreys. Humphreys straightens up, caught by Burke. 3 Saints players in the tackle. Mark Roscoe this time, on to Kevin Tamity. Tamity turns, throws the ball back. And obstruction gives St Helens the penalty. Paul Loughlin comes across then. He fires one into touch with a good kick. Harrison this time, second part of the penalty. Brings in, driving forward, Tony Burke. Burke makes good 10 yards before he's stopped by Mark Robertson, Bob Jackson. Harrison acting halfback, swings it out to Chris Arkwright, short to Stuart Evans. Evans finally brought down by McGinty and Tamity, but the referee saw something in the tackle. Penalty given to St Helens. And this will give Paul Loughlin an opportunity to open the scoring in the 9th minute of the match. Loughlin then, leading goal kicker last season, and had the best of starts this season, but has a chance to open the scoring as he comes up, strikes it well, goes straight through the centre. First points of the afternoon to St Helens. Penalty goal from Paul Loughlin. Warrington 0, St Helens 2, 10 minutes gone of the match. John Woods then to restart for Warrington. Well taken by Paul Forber. Forber runs straight. Good tackle from Mark Roscoe and Mark Roberts. Harrison this time swings it out to Tony Burke. Burke caught by McGinty and Roberts. Once again it's Harrison, swings it out left with Arkwright, misses out Evans, brings in Platt, nice ball away now to Bailey, but good cover tackle comes in from Kevin Tamity. Harrison goes himself from the play of the ball, out left to Andy Platt, swings it back inside to Tanner. Roy Haggerty this time, storms through the centre, good tackle from Mark Roscoe, an important one with Bob Jackson. 6 tackle then for St Helens, 10 yards inside the Warrington half. Harrison left with Platt, Platt kicks downfield but fires it out again. Warrington in possession. Jackson plays it to Roskell, swings it out right to Kevin Tamati. Tamati stopped over on that far side by Dave Tanner. Roskell this time misses out holding, brings in Humphreys. Humphreys receives a fist straight in front of the referee from Stuart Evans. The referee doesn't see it. Humphreys plays it to himself, drives an extra 5 yards forward. Roskell this time out to Keith Holden, swings it out this time to John Woods. Woods straightens up, goes down the centre. Obstruction again. And a fight develops between Forber and Woods. Forber lashing out with a right hook for no reason at all. But St Helens still have the penalty. Loughlin then right-footed, makes no mistake, sets St Helens up on the attack. Harrison takes it short to Tony Burke. Burke drives just short of the Warrington 25. St Helens now on the attack, goes left with Stuart Evans. Evans though well tackled. This time it's Haggerty. Harrison run around with Haggerty, juggles it with Artwright, goes through the centre. Important tackle comes in from Billy McGinty. Harrison again, short to Forber. Forber turns, throws it back to Bailey. Well caught by Paul Cullen. Harrison this time, short to Forber. Forber once again drives forward, gets a good ball away to Harrison. Harrison looks for support, finds it now from Platt. He runs into Roskell and Holden. 6th tackle then for Saints on the Warrington 25. Pressing now with Artwright. Artwright chips it through himself, a testing one. The ball's loose, it's chipped through. But a knock on by Phil Vevers. 6th tackle, Warrington have the ball 10 yards from their own line. After being under some immense Saints pressure for the last 5 or 6 minutes. Roskell plays it to Tamati, gives a dummy and goes himself. There's about 3 men round to play the ball there. Roskell out to Tony Humphreys. Humphreys storming forward, can't get the ball away though, smothered by Andy Platt and Paul Forber. Goes right with John Woods. Woods swings it out now to Mark Roberts. Roberts gets the ball away to Barry Peters. Peters onto Johnson, goes behind him, picked up by Holden. Going through the centre is John Woods, but the referee blows up. The ball certainly went behind, but the referee brings play back for a knock-on. Ball goes in, Bailey didn't retire, referee lets it go. 6 more tackles, Artwright onto Platt. Platt storming forward, good tackle there from Woods. Peters comes in to finish off the tackle. Loughlin blindside to Haggerty. Haggerty crashing through. Tries to get the ball away but can't. This time goes Harrison. The referee, why didn't the linesman come on? There's Haggerty, butted Tony Humphreys. Saints though on the attack. Harrison. Good tackle from Mark Roskell. Stuart Evans left this time to Artwright onto Bailey. Bailey swings it out to Vevers. Chances here for Saints. Swings it out now to Tanner. It's well taken over that far side by Ledger, but a crunching tackle for Des Drummond forces Ledger to lose the ball. Fine tackle there. Kevin Tamati comes away with it onto Bob Jackson. Evans there goes straight in with the feet. The referee wasn't looking. The linesman doesn't bother to come on. Holden this time onto McGinty. McGinty stumbles but still crashes forward. Just over a quarter of an hour gone. Warrington 0, St Helens 2. Mark Roskell goes himself from the play the ball. Makes 5 or 6 yards before he's stopped by Andy Platt and Stuart Evans. John Woods acting half-back, right with Keith Holden. Holden, little grubber kick through. Vevers covers it, takes it well. Vevers moves forward. Hands off one man. Good tackle, but it's on now to Tony Burke. Burke though runs straight into Mark Roberts, who brings him down with a good tackle. Mark Bailey, short to Arkwright. This time it's on to Stuart Evans, but Evans is upended by Jackson, Rapati and Peters. Lachlan left with Arkwright, swings it on to Bailey. Bailey, quick pass on to Haggerty. Well tackled by Kevin Tamati and Mark Roskell. Goes left with Bailey. Bailey run round, tries to go, finds a gap down the centre. Bailey now. Good cover tackle comes in from Mark Roberts. Vivers this time, left it goes to Chris Arkwright. Arkwright moving forward himself. Good tackle from John Woods and Keith Holden. 6th tackle then for St Helens, just inside the Warrington half of the field. It goes on to Phil Vivers. Vivers chips it through himself. It's a chase for the ball, brilliantly taken by Billy McGinty. And McGinty brought down by Phil Vivers. The ball goes loose, it's picked up by Des Drummond. And the referee gives a knock on when the ball plainly went backwards. Well, the Warrington crowd can't believe that when the ball was plainly through backwards by McGinty. Drummond picked it up, but the referee gave a knock on, and the scrum down is packing down now, which has just collapsed. Mark Roscoe back to his feet. Scrum goes in, Saints in possession, referee not happy again. Coming up to halfway through this first half, with 18 minutes gone. The scrum twisting and turning, and the loose arm in the St Helens scrum gives Warrington the penalty. John was then to put for touch. Once again, makes no mistake with a good kick. Mark Roscoe takes second part of the penalty, driving forward first receivers, Kevin Tamati. Tamati driving down the centre, makes good 10 yards before he's stopped. Roscoe this time, on to Tony Humphreys. Humphreys, caught by Platt, still going. Roscoe to Tamati. Tamati turns, swings it back to Holden, swings it out to Woods. Woods to Cullen. The ball's loose. It's going to be picked up by David Large. There's a chase for the line. Large is going. Johnson with a great cover tackle brings him down. Great cover tackle there from Brian Johnson to bring down David Large. Saints now on the attack with Lachlan. Lachlan left with Bailey. Bailey out to Arkwright. Arkwright short to Haggerty. Wrapped up by Des Drummond and Peters. Saints though now pressing inside the Warrington 25. Harrison takes it, left with Arkwright. Arkwright now out to Bailey. Overlap over on that far side, but Bailey can't get the ball away. Smothered by Keith Holden and Mark Roskell. Vivers out to Arkwright. Arkwright now moves forward, gets a good pass away to Forbes, swings it out to Lachlan. Lachlan back inside to David Large. Large now still going. Good tackle from McGinty and Peters and Johnson. 10, 11 yards short of the Warrington line now. St Helens pressing with Harrison, left with Arkwright. Swings it into Vivers, chances here, throws the ball down. It's still loose, picked up by Bailey. Surely he was tackled, and he was. Referee on the spot that time to spot Mark Bailey passing the ball off the ground. John Woods then to put for touch again, right-footed once again. Puts it safely over on that far side. Roscoe then taps it onto Kevin Tamati, misses him out to Holden, brings in Bob Jackson. Jackson brought down in midfield. Roscoe this time to Keith Holden, short to Mark Roberts. Roberts knocks off Tony Burke. Fist thrown by Roy Haggerty. The referee doesn't want to know. Roscoe short to Holden. Holden swings it back to Tamati. Roscoe again to Keith Holden. Holden onto Humphreys. Humphreys moves forward back to Peters. A high tackle straight round the neck. Straight round the head there from Paul Lachlan. Saints players protesting. Barry Peters stays down. Paul Lachlan will just get a talking to here from the referee. Paul Lachlan gets away with a brief talking to. In last week's Cup tie with Oldham, we saw players getting sent to the sin bin for lesser offences than that. Barry Peters back to his feet. John Woods then will put for touch. Right-footed once again, no mistake. So Warrington then with 6 tackles just outside the 25. It's on to Kevin Tamati. Tamati drives into the St Helens 25 before he's stopped. Mark Roscoe this time, swings it on to Bob Jackson. Jackson drives forward, gets away from Evans, still going, finally caught by Forber. Once again it will be Tamati. Tamati turns it back to Keith Holden. Holden now goes himself, finds a gap, still Keith Holden just stopped as he was going through. Roscoe this time, out to McGinty. McGinty kicks it through himself, a chase caught by Vivers. St Helens back in possession. Goes out left now with Tony Burke. Burke stopped over on that far side by Bob Jackson. Harrison this time on to Stuart Evans, misses him out to Arkwright. Arkwright stopped by Mark Roscoe and Tony Humphreys. Harrison once more to Paul Forber. Forber still trying to drive forward, turns but can't get the ball away. Referee calls held. Plays it back to Paul Lachlan. Lachlan kicks downfield. A testing one for a party and Johnson. Brian Johnson takes it safely. Johnson now moves forward, hands it on to Rapati. Rapati gets out of one tackle, straightens up down the centre. Good strong running from Joe Rapati to clear his lines well. And Warrington have a penalty. Andy Platt line on in the tackle. John Woods then. Making no mistake so far this afternoon in his touch finding, John Woods. This time it's Bob Jackson once again, driving forward, head down, running hard as ever, plays it quickly to himself, gets the ball back to Roscoe, the ball's dropped, that will be a knock on and a scrum down. "15 minutes left in this first half. Just that 2 points on the board from the boot of Paul Lachlan. St Helens 2, Warrington 0. Once again, these scrums causing a major problem for the referee. The ball goes straight in, but this time Warrington are penalised in the scrum for a loose arm. And St Helens have the penalty. Paul Lachlan comes across to take. Lachlan fires it into that main stand. Second part of the penalty to be taken by Harrison. Harrison taps it. First receiver is Stuart Evans. Evans well caught by Tony Humphreys. Tackle finished by Billy McGinty. Out to Arkwright this time. To Vivers. Vivers brings in Platt. Platt driving forward. Plays it quickly to Vivers. On to Forber. Forber running hard. 3 Warrington players in the tackle. Cullen, Holden and Bob Jackson. Bailey out left this time to Arkwright, swings one out to Roy Haggerty. Haggerty gives a little side step, straightens up, nice ball away to Evans, but he drops it. And in fact Tony Humphreys has it for Warrington. John Woods takes it now, throws it out to McGinty. McGinty brings in Brian Johnson, nice play onto Cullen. Cullen now's away, he's got Drummond on his right. Drummond takes it well, looking to beat Vivers and does, just catches him. Drummond's up again, he's still going, crashing forward. Good run from Des Drummond. Takes Warrington inside the 25. This time it's on to Paul Cullen. Cullen out to McGinty. A massive overlap now for John Woods. Woods straightens up, caught himself. Finally caught by Paul Forber. Takes it quickly to McGinty, on to Holden. Holden now going through onto Peters. Peters stopped about 6 yards short of the St Helens line. Holden this time, swings one out to John Woods. Woods to Tamati. Tamati straightens up, goes through himself, he's got Johnson to his right, throws one back to Cullen. Cullen now onto Rapati. Rapati crashes forward. Sixth tackle then for Warrington. Roskell onto Cullen. Cullen kicks for the corner. A testing one for Lachlan. Takes it well and then caught by Barry Peters right on the St Helens line. David Lige takes it himself from the play of the ball. Runs into Bob Jackson and Peters. Harrison left onto Tony Burke. Burke stopped by Humphreys and Roskell. Harrison to Arkwright. Game at the moment being dominated by two strong defences. Not much chance for fine open play, which both sides are very capable of. A high testing kick once more. It's bouncing towards that touchline. Brian Johnson will just keep it in play. Brian Johnson then takes it himself. He was tripped there. Cullen to Des Drummond. Drummond now straightens up, gets out of one tackle. Still Drummond straightens up again. Makes a couple of good extra yards. Des Drummond before he stopped. Roskell misses out Cullen, brings in Tamati. Roskell again to Keith Holden, swings it out to Woods. Woods gives a dummy, Holden goes for a return, takes it nicely onto Peters. Peters can't get the ball away. John Woods now to Mark Roberts. Sixth tackle then for Warrington. John Woods takes it. Kicks across field. Ledger's there, takes it safely. Barry Ledger then swings it out now to Bailey. Bailey tries to go through himself and drops the ball. So 11.5 minutes remain in this first half in this Stones Better Championship game match between Warrington and St Helens. Still just that 2 points on the board that came back in that 10th minute from Paul Lachlan. And once again the penalty goes the way of St Helens for a scrummaging offence. Paul Lachlan then, right footed, once again gets good length on his kick. Midway inside the Warrington half of the field, St Helens 6 tackles. What can they make from them? Harrison onto Roy Haggerty. Haggerty crashing forward, stopped by McGinty and Humphreys. Harrison again onto Stuart Evans, striding through the centre, good strong run from Evans. Goes right this time with Arkwright. Not a good pass, well taken from Bailey onto Forber. Back to Bailey, onto Lachlan. Lachlan trying to go through himself. Good tackle from Barry Pease, an important one. Bailey left with Forber. Platt. Was that obstruction? The referee doesn't think so. It's on to Vivers. Great chance here now for St Helens. A mile obstruction there as Haggerty went straight through. The referee saw it. Warrington already seen it as an obstruction, blatant obstruction, as Haggerty went through. There's 2 obstructions in that move. The referee saw the second one when Haggerty went straight in front of Kevin Tamati. And once again, John Woods gets good length on that one. All exciting stuff at the moment here at Wilderspool with 10 minutes left in the first half. Bob Jackson plays it quickly now. Mark Roberts. Roberts stopped by Platt. Acting half back Roskell, short to John Woods, out to McGinty, took it well, gives the dummy and straightens up. Stopped on the halfway line by Chris Arkwright and Roy Haggerty. Cullen this time, right with Woods, run around with Cullen onto Holden. Holden swings it back to Tamati, finds the gap and he gives a forward pass. The game at the moment being littered with penalties and stoppages. Mark Bailey comes round to put the ball in and it goes, takes in possession. Bailey now on to Vivers. Vivers swings it back to Tannery, drops it, picked up by Roberts, goes back, picked up by Johnson. Johnson looking to hand off his man but can't. Plays it to Cullen, brings in Drummond. Drummond now moving forward, crashes in, the ball goes loose, it's picked up by Platt, on to Haggerty. Haggerty now moving forward, good cover tackle from John Woods to stop Roy Haggerty. Lachlan this time, on to Harrison, to Tony Burke. Harrison again, right with Arkwright, juggles with it, onto Bailey. Evans now moving forward, gets the ball away, Tanner comes back inside, Dave Tanner now driving forward, good cover tackle comes in from Brian Johnson. St Helens now in full flight inside the Warrington 25, it's on to Bailey, running around with Harrison, good tackle from Kevin Tamati, stops Harrison in his tracks. Bailey, Arkwright, swings it out now to Andy Platt. Platt still going, nice ball away to Haggerty. Haggerty still going. He'll be held up in now the 6th tackle for St Helens. Real pressure being put on now by the Saints. It's on to Arkwright. Arkwright kicks it through himself, chases it. The ball's loose. A fantastic save there from Brian Johnson. Right on his own line, takes the ball out of the air from Chris Arkwright. St Helens, I think every player's offside at the moment. Roskell. And Warrington now will be under pressure to get out of their own 25. Joe Rapati takes it, crashes forward. Makes a few good extra yards. John Woods out to Tony Humphreys. Humphreys now strides down the centre. And he's pinched the ball. Chris Arkwright. Arkwright now still going for the line. He's just pushed back. He's still over the line. 5 tackles then for Saints, right on the Warrington line. It's been immense pressure so far from St Helens over this last 5-6 minutes. Can Warrington hold out, or will Saints break the Warrington defence? Harrison knocks on, no, the referee lets it go. We saw a similar offence taken by McGinty and he penalised him for a knock on. Referee lets that one go. Saints still pressing though now as he goes out right with Bailey. Bailey on to Haggerty. Down the ball, superbly taken from Bob Jackson. And Warrington weather the storm fantastically there with some great defending. Mark Roberts. Roberts crashing forward, good strong run, clearing his lines well there, Mark Roberts. Mark Roskell out right now with Keith Holden. Holden moving forward, short to McGinty. McGinty finds the gap, crashes forward, swings out to Drummond now. Drummond on that far side, good cover tackle though comes in from Phil Vivers. So that results in a scrum down right on the halfway line with 5 minutes left in this first half, just 2 points on the board, that's how close it's been. Ball goes straight into the second row, referee doesn't want to know as Arkwright brings in Vivers. Vivers now gives a dummy, caught by Johnson, out to Lachlan. Lachlan's cuts inside, good tackle from Cullen and Peters. Dave Tanner to Andy Platt, good tackle from Billy McGinty. Lachlan on to Bailey, swings it out to Arkwright. Burke. Humphreys moved up quickly to stop him. And with the assistance of Mark Roskell, he's pushed back a few extra yards. This time it's Roy Haggerty moving forward. Swings it back. Dave Harrison looks for the gap and finds it. Stopped by Roskell and John Woods. Bailey. Through his legs, play on, says the referee. Arkwright gives a dummy on to Forber. Forber's through, there's no support with him. Forber, he finds it though now from Arkwright. Good tackle though from Drummond, it's on to Bailey. Bailey going for the corner, dramatic tackle from Des Drummond to swing him into touch. Great cover tackle there from Des Drummond. As it looks as if Saints were going to cross for the first try of the afternoon. It took a fine tackle from Des Drummond to come across from his wing position to drag him into touch. And Mark Roskell receiving treatment. Roscoe back in the scrum, Keith Holden has it. Stopped by Andy Platt. This time it's Bob Jackson. St Helens looked well offside there. The referee's trying to let the game flow. As Kevin Tamty drives through, good, strong, and fist thrown straight in front of the referee. Didn't bother to look. Keith Holden swings outright with John Woods. Woods now gives the dummy, finds the gap. John Woods is away onto Mark Roberts. He juggles it well, and the referee brings play back for a forward pass. And that's twice Warrington have been straight through the centre. Twice the referee has brought play back. Let's just see where this ball goes from Mark Bailey. Straight into the second row as it swung down to Chris Arkwright. Arkwright now gives a few dummies. 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Lachlan short to Haggerty. Throws the ball back to Platt. Platt goes across field, straightens up, runs into Bob Jackson, Tony Humphreys. Harrison this time, on to Tony Burke. Good tackle from Kevin Tamity and Billy McGinty. But the amount of pressure Saints have put on, sure they want to have a little bit more points on the board. Evans gets the ball back to Harrison, swings it out to Haggerty, brings in Platt. Platt now finds the gap, still Andy Platt still going. Stopped by Peters and Holden, but Saints once again piling on the pressure. David Large swings it on to Paul Forbert. Forbert looking for a gap, finds it on to Bailey. Bailey gives the dummy, he's held right across the line. The ball's loose, and it's a forward pass from the referee, this time on the spot again. What a fine tackle there on Brian by Brian Johnson. Bailey give the sidestep, and Brian Johnson appeared from nowhere to tackle him right over the Warrington line. The pass was delivered but adjudged to be forward by the referee. Final minute of the first half. Once again, these scrums are a major problem for the referee this afternoon. Holden puts the ball in. Warrington in possession. Holden goes blindside. Paul Cullen takes it, goes himself in the play of the ball. Stopped by Bailey again. Roscoe brings in Tamity, juggles with it, crashes forward. John Woods this time, out to Keith Holden. Gives a nice dummy, goes through the centre, moves forward, gets the ball away, kicked on by Woods, picked up by Lachlan. Now moving into injury time in this first half. 40 minutes up, playing injury time. Arkwright on to Tony Burke. Burke going across field, picked off by Humphreys and Tamity. Bailey, short to Haggerty. Haggerty has to go himself. Finds support from Lachlan. Lachlan going down the centre, well tackled by Humphreys and Roberts. Harrison left with Arkwright. Platt, Vivers run around with Platt. There's a huge overlap now for Andy Platt as he's going through. Platt swings it back inside. Great play from Des Drummond there, and Warrington back in possession right over on that far side. But the linesman flags up for a scrum down. And in fact, there goes the half-time hoot-up. A match at the moment dominated by two strong defences, just 2 points on the board. That going from the boot of Paul Lachlan. But St Helens had virtually 90% of the play in that first half. I'm sure they'll be disappointed not to have more than 2 points on the board. Half-time score then, Warrington 0, St Helens 2. So the teams return for the second half. Just 2 points on the board in that first half. So the game very much wide open. And Mike Gregory is on for Warrington this second half. And it looks like Mike Gregory may have replaced Billy McGinty. Don't notice any substitutes on the St Helens side at the moment. So it looks like Mike Gregory for Billy McGinty at the start of this second half. So the referee restarts second half. John Woods kicks deep. It's taken by Lachlan. Lachlan striding out of his 25, running strong. And the first tackle for Mike Gregory, together with John Woods and Barry Peters. Harrison, running strong, 4-bot. Clears his 25 before he's stopped by Mark Roscoe. Swung on the blind side to Tony Burke. And the referee spots an offside, the first of the match against Warrington. St Helens have a penalty. Lachlan then fires it into touch. So the first score in this second half could prove vital to the results, and it's Evans striding forward. Good strong tackle from Tamati, assisted by Humphreys and Roskell. Harrison knocks on, referee doesn't see it. Chris Arkwright this time, right to Tony Burke. Burke drives down the centre, good tackle from Bob Jackson. Harrison, right with Arkwright. Platt looking for a gap himself and finds it. Andy Platt's away. He's got support from Haggerty. Haggerty will take it and Haggerty will score. Good try from Roy Haggerty at the start of this second half. Haggerty there, the first try of the afternoon after Andy Platt had got away from Mark Roberts' tackle. And this should be an easy conversion for Paul Lachlan. Lachlan then comes up and fires it safely through. And with just 2 minutes gone in this second half, St Helens scored the first try of the match. So Warrington 0, St Helens 8. With just 2 minutes gone in this second half. John Woods restarts, finds it deep. Forbes there, knocks on. So, chance here for Warrington for an immediate reply. Scrum 5 yards from the St Helens line. Can Warrington get an immediate reply? Scrums, both packs, battling for the upper hand. Ball goes in, Warrington possession, brings in Rapati from the wing, Rapati crashing through, stopped by Arkwright. Warrington then 5 tackles, 10 yards from the line. Keith Holden, John Woods, Woods brings in Mike Gregory on the burst, Mike Gregory caught by Lachlan and Bailey, plays it to himself, crashes forward, and Warrington have a penalty. John Woods taps it quickly out to Holden, cuts inside Haggerty, brings in Roberts, Roberts a chance now here for Humphreys, yes! Immediate reply from Warrington, Tony Humphreys has scored up. Andy Platt runs away, thinking Humphreys hasn't scored, but Tony Humphreys has, after a great bit of play from John Woods, Keith Holden and Mark Roberts. So just what Warrington needed, an immediate reply. The ball flashed across the line. Tony Humphreys was there to finish off the move. John Woods then strikes it safely through for his first points of the afternoon. So we've got to get on our hands now. It's Warrington 6, St Helens 8. after Tony Humphries brings 4 points back. 2 points added on by John Woods. It's Warrington 6, St Helens 8. So we went 40 minutes without a try. Start of the second half, we get 2 in 5 minutes. Des Drummond crashes to the centre. There's a way, he's only got Vivers in front of him. He beats him on the outside. Will he get there? He's trying going forward. What a try! Will he go? What a fantastic try! The length of the field for Des Drummond. What a fantastic try! One of the tries of the season. He takes the ball on his own 25-yard line. He leaves Vivers, he leaves large for dead. What a try for Des Drummond. The crowd are going absolutely wild. What a fantastic try. The crowd's still buzzing, they're still going absolutely wild after that fantastic length of the field try for Des Drummond. Not even players at the speed of Ledger and Vivers could keep up with Drummond there. He just left them trailing to score a fantastic try. 2 tries in 2 minutes for the Wire. John Woods then puts it safely through. So what a miraculous turnaround. St Helens had 90% of the play in the first half. They took their upper hand in the first minute of the second, but suddenly 2 tries in 2 minutes brings the score to Warrington 12, St Helens 8. Lachlan restarts. Mike Gregory taps it with his foot, moves forward, clears his 25. Good run from Mike Gregory to clear his lines before he's stopped by Stuart Evans. Roscoe this time on to Bob Jackson. Jackson crashes forward, stopped by Andy Platt. Well, that try was surely worth the admission money alone from Des Drummond as Woods swings it onto Roberts, crashing forward. Good strong running from Roberts before he's stopped by Artwright. Woods goes himself, swings it onto Tamati, knocks off one man, throws it back to Mike Gregory. Gregory straightens up. And that early try from Saint seems to have stung Warrington into action. Woods kicks it through. Bounces nicely up for Vil Vivers. Vivers runs straight. Good tackle from Bob Jackson. Harrison this time going round in circles, gets the ball away to Forber though. Forber looks for support. Ball smothered by Mike Gregory and Bob Jackson. Harrison, Artwright, short one onto Burke. Burke though stopped a couple of yards inside the Warrington half of the field. Goes right with Haggerty. Haggerty driving forward, finds support from Harrison. Harrison then stopped by Mark Roskell and Barry Peters over on that far side. The game really warming up now with just 7 minutes gone in the second half. Lachlan fires one through. Brian Johnson takes it safely. Johnson now. Got Rapati linking up as he beat Evans. Just tapped his heels though, did Stuart Evans as Johnson was going through. It's on to Joe Rapati. Rapati crashing down the centre. Stopped by Chris Artwright and Paul Forber. 5 yards outside the Warrington 25. Roscoe this time onto Mike Gregory. Short pass onto Bob Jackson. Jackson just caught though by Dave Tanner. Roscoe this time out to Holden. Swings it back to Kevin Tarrant. The ball goes loose. Picked up by Stuart Evans. Referee gives a scrum down. Accidental offside against Bob Jackson. Ball goes in. Bailey has it. Gets away from one man, but Mike Gregory come away nicely to bring him down. Goes right with Artwright. Brings in Stuart Evans. Evans still going. Good strong run from Evans, he's lost the ball. It's not back, it's picked up by Brian Johnson. Johnson now swings it back to Roscoe, takes it well. A risky pass, picked up by Barry Peters. Peters storms down the centre. Barry Peters still going. Great high tackle there from Vivers. Peters looking to get up again. Great run though from Peters. It's now on to Kevin Tamati. Tamati swings it out to Woods. Woods gets a sidestep. Finds support from Humphries. Humphries now knocks off one man, just caught though. Warrington now really swinging the ball about. It's on to Keith Holden. Holden back inside to Mike Gregory. Throws the ball to Roscoe, to Woods, to Tamati. Tamati crashing forward. Warrington now really certainly swinging this ball about, providing great entertainment. It's on to Keith Holden. Holden, Mike Gregory looking for a gap. Caught in midfield, that's the 6th tackle. This is for Warrington, midway inside the St Helens half. Holden swings it back to Woods. Woods, a high kick, testing Phil Vevers. Vevers underneath it, takes it safely. Goes on that far side and meets Barry Peters. Lachlan goes himself from the play of the ball. Stopped and pushed back by Robertson Jackson. Harrison right with Haggerty. David Large. But Large is well hammered by Rapati and Jackson. So half an hour to go. So the game has sprung into life, with 3 tries in the first 6 minutes of this second half. Goes back to Lachlan on the 6th tackle. Lachlan down the centre. The crowd in anticipation every time Des Drummond gets the ball. Drummond then moves forward. Goes down the centre again. Caught in midfield this time. Don't think St Helens will let him do that again. Brian Johnson. Johnson trying to cut inside but can't. Mark Roscoe to Keith Holden. Kevin Tamati. Tamati trying to cut inside. Holden out to John Woods. Woods. Mike Gregory. Gregory, the ball's picked up by John Woods. Woods now going down the centre. Still John Woods tries to cut inside. Burt gets away. Still John Woods. Good run from John Woods there. Got to be a little bit of a tricky situation, but did well. Keith Holden left with Mark Roscoe, goes behind him. Referee gives a knock on though. So scrum down 5 yards inside the St Helens half. Bailey puts the ball in. Scrum collapses. Bailey has it. Picked up by Vevers. Vevers now looking into space. Still Phil Vevers. Tanner comes back inside. Still Dave Tanner. Then brought down by Tony Humphreys. Andy Platt. Caught by Humphreys. Nice ball to Artwright. Artwright's away now. Looks for support. Finds it from Evans. Evans still going. Support from Harrison. Finally brought down and pushed back though Stuart Evans. Harrison takes it at the play of the ball. Swings it outright with Roy Haggerty. Haggerty crashing forward. Nice ball away now, Mark Bailey. Bailey's only got Johnson to beat. Fine tackle from Brian Johnson on Mark Bailey's is right through. St Helens turn now on the attack. It swings out to Chris Artwright. Artwright onto Forber. Forber though, he's caught and pushed back. Couple of tackles left for St Helens. Harrison acting halfback. Nobody needs left, has to swing it right with Vevers. Vevers going across field, throws one out. Picked up by Lachlan, chances here. Lachlan trying to go through himself and pushed into touch by Rapati and Peters. So 13 minutes gone of what has so far been an action-packed second half. Keith Holden will put the ball in. Scrum's being pushed over a little bit to the right by the referee. Warrington will be in possession. Joe Rapati takes it. Rapati crashing forward. Stopped by Andy Platt. Stuart Evans coming in after the tackle was made. It's on to Mike Gregory now. Gregory straightens up, stopped by Forber. Roscoe out to John Woods. Brings in Kevin Tamati. Tamati being pushed back by Platt. But Tamati holds his ground well. John Woods on to Mark Roberts. Roberts crashing forward. St Helens line on the tackle. It's out to Holden. Holden now going through himself. Slip pass onto Humphreys. A high tackle round the neck there. by Paul Forbot. The referee lets it go. It's on to Mike Gregory, swings it back to Brian Johnson. Johnson kicks downfield. David Large over on that far side, traps it with his foot, takes it safely. Large now going across field, but gets away from 2 tackles. David Large now going down the centre. Good tackle from Kevin Tamati, and Tony Humphries on the halfway line. Harrison this time goes right with Roy Haggerty. Haggerty trying to crash through himself. Goes out to Chris Arkwright, brings in Stuart Evans. Evans drops the ball, which the referee sees, and that will be a knock on and a scrum down. And a substitution being made. Billy McGinty coming on for Joe Rapati. Can only imagine Joe Rapati must be injured. Ball goes in. Holden, short to John Woods. Woods cuts inside Arkwright, beats him, and Mark Bailey has to come back and cover for St Helens. Mike Gregory, left with Keith Holden. Holden now, looking to go through himself. Roskell out to Bob Jackson. Jackson goes through himself, running hard and strong at Stuart Evans and Chris Arkwright. Roskell, Tamati. Tamati brought down on this near side, the Warrington right. Roskell swings it out left. Running around between Holden and Woods, swings it back to Roberts. Roberts crashing through. Well caught by Tony Burke. 6th tackle then for Warrington. John Woods out to Keith Holden. Holden kicks it through. Testing one for David Large. Large takes it well though and does well. Oh, good tackle from Barry Peters there on Large. He's hurt himself after that fine tackle was Barry Peters. Lachlan coming away from the play of the ball. Caught by Tony Humphries. Harrison this time out to Arkwright. Short to Platt. But Platt is fairly hammered by Bob Jackson and Kevin Tamati. Arkwright. Short to Tony Burke. Gets the ball away to Forbot. Forbot held up in the tackle on his own 25-yard line. Harrison to Chris Arkwright. Arkwright chips it through himself. A chase for the ball. Arkwright will pick this one up. Arkwright onto Bailey. Bailey still going. Good tackle again from Barry Peters. Do a lot of cover tackling is Peters. 6th tackle. Vivers right with Harrison. Harrison now moves forward. Throws the ball out to David Large. Large comes back inside. That's 6 tackles on the turnover. Holden to Bob Jackson. Jackson clears it 25 before he's stopped by Harrison. Taps it to himself, makes more yards, does Bob Jackson. Kevin Tamati. Kevin Tamati held up, plays it quickly. Roskell, John Woods. Woods now moves forward, swings it out to Holden. Holden goes back, looking for a gap. Throws a nice ball out to John Woods. Woods straightens up, gets away to Cullen. Cullen looking to get away from one man out to Mike Gregory to Drummond now. Drummond looking to beat his man on the outside. He's there again. No one's going to stop this man, Des Drummond, when he gets free. He just leaves Dave Tanner for dead under the post. A second fantastic try for Des Drummond. A brilliant slip pass from Mike Gregory. Drummond there. There must have been a whisker away from the touchline and the Dave Tanner St Helens centre, but he found the gap between the touchline and Dave Tanner, and when he got past Tanner there was no stopping Des Drummond for his 2nd try. He's ripping St Helens apart with his devastating runs, is Des Drummond. And John Woods comes up straight through the centre. It's Warrington 18, St Helens 8, with 20 minutes to go of the match. Lachlan then to restart for St Helens. Kicks it deep, Barry Peters lets it go for McGinty, takes it well. McGinty then striding down that far touch line, cuts inside, makes it to his own 25, in fact clears it before he stopped. Good strong running from McGinty. He goes blindside to Tamati. Tamati strides forward. There's St Helens offside over on that far side. John Woods then just fires it into touch. Roskell will get on with things. Bob Jackson, he's really driving forward at the Saints defence. Good strong run, makes about 15 to 20 yards does Bob Jackson. Roskell this time, it's Humphrey's turn to drive at the St Helens defence. Once again it takes 2-3 St Helens players to stop him. Plays it quickly. The ball picked up by Haggerty. So Saints back in possession. Now it's out to Phil Vevers, to Andy Platt. Platt, good tackle from Bob Jackson. Harrison to Stuart Evans. This time it's on to Chris Arkwright. There's a huge gap for Arkwright. Arkwright finds it. Chris Arkwright looks for support. Still Chris Arkwright finds it from Bailey. But once again, Des Drummond's there with a fine tackle. Well on with John Woods to stop Bailey, who's going through. Right now to Forber. Forber crashing for the Warrington line. Forber looks for support, finds it Harrison. But a fine tackle there. No, the referee is giving a try for Harrison. Brings St Helens back into it. Try from Dave Harrison. And lots of bad injury there, it looks like to Paul Cullen underneath the Warrington posts. As St Helens bring the game back alive once more. And a stretcher being called for. And that will mean Gary Sanderson coming into the action. Looks like Paul Cullen. So Paul Cullen. Will leave the field to be replaced by Gary Sanderson. It looks like a very bad arm injury. Paul Lachlan then fires it through for his third goal of the afternoon. So Warrington 18, St Helens 14. With 17 minutes to go. Gary Sanderson comes into the action for the injured Paul Cullen. John Woods then restarts for Warrington. Deep kick, Forber takes it safely and Forber will drive forward. But Mike Gregory's there with a fine tackle along with Mark Roskell. This time it's Harrison going himself in to play the ball. First tackle for the afternoon for Gary Sanderson along with Mike Gregory. Right to Andy Platt, swings it out to Tony Burke. Burke runs into Humphreys and Jackson, assisted by Mark Roskell. St Helens substitute Jones is warming up over on that far side. It's on to Andy Platt, out to Roy Haggerty. Gets the ball away to David Large. Large now flying down that far touch line. Still David Large. Large still going on to Lachlan, but he drops it. It's picked up by Des Drummond. The crowd delight as Drummond has it. Skips out of one tackle, gets up again. Still going. Finally caught by Dave Tannup. John Woods brings in Gary Sanderson. Gary Sanderson makes it just short of the halfway line before he's stopped. Roscoe short to Tamati. Tamati cuts inside outright. Tamati still going. Makes good 10 yards before he's stopped. Mark Roscoe acting half-back. Swings it out left with Holden. Holden switches it right with Sanderson. Sanderson looking to get away from Burke but can't. The ball's loose, picked up by Bailey. It's out now with Stuart Evans. On to Andy Platt. Platt crashing through. Caught by Peters and Woods. Harrison this time. Out it goes to Bailey. Bailey trying to go through himself. He's stopped by Humphreys. 15 minutes to go. Warrington with a 4-point lead at 18-14. Forbot just makes it inside the Warrington half before he's stopped. Tannock right with Arkwright. Swings it out to Bailey. He's dropped. It's picked up by Keith Holden. Just a last ditch effort from Haggerty stops Holden as he's going through. And Roy Haggerty will be penalised for holding Keith Holden down. Roy Haggerty once again possesses the innocent party, but it'll do him no good as Warrington have the penalty. And John Woods will try and add a further 2 points to the Warrington score. An important goal this could be. St Helens would have to score twice to take the lead, and a trying a goal would only put them level. Woods then comes up, he strikes it well, but goes wide, but Warrington should regain possession with St Helens having to drop out from their own 25-yard line. So Phil Vevers it will be, he'll drop out. Drops out over on that far side, McGinty comes for it. Takes it well, McGinty then storms forward. Makes it to the halfway line before he's stopped by Lachlan. Bob Jackson. The sun once again comes out over Willsville Stadium as Holden onto Kevin Tamati, storms forward. John Woods short to Keith Holden, brings in Mike Gregory. Gregory trying to drive forward, he's stopped by the half-back partnership of Arkwright and Bailey. Holden this time out to Roscoe. John Woods takes it well, Woods slips though as he meets Stuart Evans. Sixth tackle then for Warrington. Roscoe lays it back to Brian Johnson. Johnson chips it through, and it's picked up by Stuart Evans. St Helens back in possession. Harrison now to Arkwright, brings in Burke. Burke running hard, good tackle from Mike Gregory. Bailey this time, right to Arkwright. Arkwright looking to go through himself. He was sandwiched by Tamati, Roscoe and Jackson. Goes right this side, on to Haggerty. Haggerty throws the ball back to Platt, he finds a gap down the centre. Platt still storming forward. The ball smothered by Humphreys and Gregory. Harrison right with Haggerty. Haggerty once more throws it away to Lachlan. But the referee gives a penalty to St Helens. An obstruction there by Kevin Tamati. Will set St Helens up on the attack. Good kick from Paul Lachlan. With just over 10 minutes to go. Harrison will take it. First receiver will drive for the line is Tony Burke. Burke still going. Midway inside the Warrington 25. St Helens on the attack. Harrison. Arkwright. Looking to go through himself. Had no support on his right hand side. There was a huge gap. Harrison once again to Forber. Forber trying to drive through. Forber still going. Held up by Keith Holden and Barry Peters. St Helens though on the attack with Bailey. Platt. Arkwright running around with Platt. Platt crashing forward. Good tackle though comes in from Tony Humphreys. Vevers this time. Right to Haggerty. Haggerty storming forward. Throws the ball back. It picked up. Kicked away by Vevers. Picked up by Dave Large. Caught by Kevin Tamati. Sixth tackle then for St Helens. Lost out on a good attacking position. Harrison takes it well, swings it onto Bailey. Bailey kicks it through, chip through, well taken Brian Johnson. Johnson gets away from one man, swings it onto Mike Gregory. Gregory, lovely side step. Gregory now throws a pass out to Roberts, takes it well. Roberts cuts back inside, beats one man, beats another. Roberts is storming forward, runs for support. Holden just got on the right hand side. It's picked up by Des Drummond. Drummond goes himself now, going across field, still Drummond. Runs for support. The pass goes behind Peters. It's picked up by David Large. He drops it. It's fairly hacked on by Platt, but a comedy of errors there. Drop balls and sloppy passes, and the excitement really stops for a couple of seconds. First scrum down midway inside the St Helens half of the field with 9 minutes to go. Stuart Evans looks like he'll be replaced by Jones. Holden has it, goes by side, looks for the gap and fires it, Holden's away, will anyone stop him? Support from Peters, Peters may well have scored. What a break from Keith Holden, went round the blind side of the scrum, and Barry Peters leaps up fantastically to score a fine try. Peters goes over, scores his second try of the season, and Peters, after a lovely bit of work from Keith Holden, scores Warrington's fourth try. Beautiful scrum half play from the base of the scrum from Keith Holden. Mark Bailey was left when he wasn't covering the blind side, and Holden was away with Barry Peters to finish it off. John Woodson comes up, hits the post and goes in. So Warrington 24, St Helens 14. A try, a vital time of the match. A double substitution being made. Barry Ledger coming off. And so is Stuart Evans being replaced by Litherland and Jones. Loughlin restarts. McGinty's there, takes it safely. McGinty then over on that far side, moves forward, gets away from one tackle, trying to keep in play but can't. Once again, these scrums not to the satisfaction of Mr Kendrew. Been a major problem all afternoon. And wants them in the correct position. Ball goes in. Saints in possession. Andy Platt. Platt tries to drive forward, makes it to the Warrington 25 before he stopped. St Helens looking for an immediate reply to really set up a grandstand finish. Bailey, right, swings it out to Loughlin. Loughlin now, Tanner, well tackled though, on this near touchline. Goes out right this time with Vivers. Chris Arlott trying to drive through himself but can't. Bailey. Haggerty once again drives forward, turns in the tackle, tries to get the ball away but can't. Harrison runs to the acting half-back position, swings it out left with Bailey. Bailey floated pass on to Tony Burke. Good tackle from Gary Sanderson. Sixth tackle then for St Helens. Vivers, Arkwright, kicks it through himself. Brian Johnson comes across for it, takes it superbly. Fine take from Brian Johnson, under pressure from Arkwright and Phil Vivers. The ball kicked away, picked up by Roskell. A little bit of 6 more tackles. Kevin Tamati going blindside. This time it's on to Bob Jackson. Jackson storms forward, stopped by Jones. Goes out to Tony Humphries. Humphries storms forward. There's just over 5 minutes to go as John Woods now kicks downfield. Dennis Lidland, first touch for him, takes it safely. Lidland, but he falls over, much to the enjoyment of the crowd. Bailey. Jones did well to take it. Good tackle from Mike Gregory. Harrison swings it back to Lidland, goes down the centre, fine tackle from Kevin Tamati on Dennis Lidland. Bailey this time, right, wasn't wanting that one. Haggerty crashing forward, looks for support, finds it from Lachlan. Lachlan still going, still Lachlan, good tackle from Keith Holden finally. Goes out to Chris Arkwright, Arkwright to Platt. Platt, Bailey, run around with Platt. John Wood spotted it, but the ball's away to Forber. Forber now onto Tanner. Tanner though slips as he meets Mark Roberts. 6th tackle for St Helens. They've got 4.5 minutes if they want to salvage anything from this match, as Forber fires one down through the legs of Des Drummond. He'll go back and recover it. Takes it safely. Beats Tanner. Runs into Lidland, crashes forward and is pushed into touch. 4 minutes to go. Warrington with a 10-point advantage. Warrington 24, St Helens 14. All the substitutes have been used by both sides, so no final major trump cards can be played. Match will be decided by these 13 players on the field from both sides. Mark Bailey, right, run around with Bailey, swings it out for Tanner. It was behind him, he did well to take it, but he's going backwards at the moment. And Mark Roberts and Barry Peters come across and push him back. St Helens there lose 10 yards and go straight across the other side of the field. David Large, out to Bailey. Bailey, there was nobody wanting it on his left-hand side, who was brought down by Sanderson and Woods. Goes left with Arkwright onto Burke, but Burke stopped. Andy Platt goes to acting halfback. Platt goes himself from the play of the ball, jinks inside. Still Platt, but he's swung to the floor by Tony Humphries. Down to the last 2.5 minutes. Chris Arkwright onto Roy Haggerty. Haggerty, good tackle from John Woods. The ball's loose and Gary Sanderson dives on it for Warrington. Sanderson will play it to Mike Gregory. Gregory onto John Woods. Woods out to Tamati. Tamati onto Holden. Holden to Bob Jackson. Jackson to Roberts. Roberts looking to hand off Jones. The ball's loose, picked up by Holden. But the referee will bring play back for a scrum down. The match goes to Des Drummond for 2 exhilarating tries, but here's St Helens now with Tanner. Tanner onto Vivers. Vivers back inside to Lachlan. Lachlan now onto Arkwright. Fine tackle from Bob Jackson. What a fine tackle there from Bob Jackson. But the ball's picked up now by Tony Humphries. Humphries now storms forward. A fine tackle that though from Bob Jackson and Arkwright. A bone-crunching one, forcing Arkwright to lose the ball. Now into the last minute and a half of this Stone Splitter Championship game. It looks like Warrington will remain unbeaten and perhaps keep up their First Division Championship leaders' targets. Tamati makes good ground. Barry Peters to Keith Holden. Bob Jackson. Jackson gets away from Harrison, just brought down. 6th tackle then for Warrington. It goes back to John Woods. Woods kicks downfield, tests out David Large. He takes it well though. David Large now sprints forward, but a crunching tackle from Barry Peters and Billy McGinty on David Large. And a penalty given there against McGinty for a little tap on David Large. I think it was anything serious as Paul Lachlan finds the ball into touch. Maybe too late now for St Helens. We're in the final minute plus injury time. Harrison takes it to Jones, Haggerty. Haggerty stops short of the Warrington 25-yard line by Barry Peters. This time it's on to Tony Burke. Burke crashes into the 25 before he's stopped by Gary Sanderson and Tony Humphries. Platt looking for a gap himself. wrapped up by Jackson and Tamati. Harrison swings it out to Arkwright, gives the dummy and straightens up. Looks to throw the ball away to Lachlan. Lachlan now powering forward onto Bailey. Will he get there? Yes, he will. Will he? The referee gives a try to Mark Bailey in the final minute of the match. Des Drummond there questioning the decision of whether Mark Bailey had dropped the ball over the line. It seemed to bubble away as he tried to put the ball down, but the referee, on the intervention of the touch judge, checked with the touch judge to give the try. But now in injury time of the match. Paul Lachlan will probably put this over. One wonders how long St Helens will have to try and come back in the game as Lachlan puts the ball over. 4 points the difference. Warrington 24, St Helens 20. Played now round about close to a minute of injury time. We await a ball. And the ball finally comes on from this near side to allow John Woods to restart. Played now over a minute and a half. Referee restarts the clock. John Woods restarts, fires it deep to Phil Vevers. Vevers brought down his own 25, and there goes the final hoot up. Warrington win this highly entertaining Stone Splitter Championship game against St Helens by 24 points to 20. With a score at just 2-0 at half time, with a goal from Paul Lachlan. We certainly had some fireworks in this second half. Certainly 2 tries from Des Drummond were certainly worth the admission fee alone. Warrington there, 24 points coming from 2 tries from Des Drummond. What a length of the field effort where he beats every Saints player in sight. Barry Peters and Tony Humphreys were the other try scorers. John Woods kicks 4 goals. St Helens, they had tries from Mark Bailey, Dave Harrison and Roy Haggerty. There's 4 goals from Paul Lachlan. So Warrington remain unbeaten in the 1987-88 season. This has been your commentator Tony Gleave at Willerspill with the final score: Warrington 24, St Helens 20.